Alright, hey guys, welcome to part 4 of my ActionScript 3 platformer tutorial. Today what we're going to do is we're going to add a scoring system, and then if there's time I'm going to show you how to add enemies. So if we open this up, run it, we have our little blob character and then these coins that we can go around and collect. So what we want to do is we want to have these coins be worth something. So we're going to need to make a variable to store the score. So we're going to say private var score int equals 0. And now down here in the area where we remove one of the coins, we can say score plus plus. So now you have that, and that right there will take care of that. The only thing that's going to be difficult is displaying it on the screen. So what we have to do is make private var, I'm just going to call this text box, and then we're going to make it a text field is the name of the class, and just text field equals new text field. And then another thing that we're going to do is make a text style, and that's actually going to be of the class text format, and then we're going to say equals new text format. And this one we have to put things in. We give it the font, and just so that it's not boring Times New Roman, let's make it trebuchet. Size, make it say 18. Color, say we can just leave it at black. So that's really all the formatting that we need for now. So what we want to do now is go down here in our main where we make our character, and we'll say text box dot x equals say 10, text box dot y equals 10, and the x and the y are the top left corner of the text box, and we're going to say text box dot default text format equals text style. Now we say add child text box, and make sure you don't say cam.addChild text box, because that would put it in with the rest of the things and it would move around with the stage. We don't want it to move around. We want it to stay at 1010 the whole time. So you just add it to the stage and it stays in the same place. So now run this. Oh, I forgot to give it any text to display. So we need to go down here to check stuff and say text box dot text equals score, and then we need to add something to this to make it so that it actually will take in score, because score is an int and a text box doesn't usually take ints, it takes strings. So we add an empty string to that, and that turns it into a string that we can use to display in the text box. So now we go ahead, run this, and we've got a nice 0 up here. Looks like the trebuchet didn't work. Probably spelled it wrong. Yeah, let's try Arial. Yeah. Now that's an Arial. Yeah, you just gotta know how to spell your font. So now we have that. One thing we could probably do is, instead of just having it display the number, we can have it before that. Now we won't need that blank string at the end. Say score colon, then a space, and then plus score. So here we go. That looks nice. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is enemies. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a new class like we have before. We'll call it enemy. Extends movie clip. Get rid of this stuff. And on this one, we're going to take this constructor from player, just going to copy and paste it, change the word player to enemy, and instead of making the fill color black, let's make it red. So I did FF1100. That's going to be like a slightly lighter than usual red. So what we can do now, go back to our main, and in this array here, in our map, add an enemy. So let's just put one down here on the floor. We'll make it a 3. And now in here, say if map ij equals 3, var enemy equals new enemy, enum.x equals, I'm just gonna copy all this, enum, and we can go ahead and make an array of enemies up at the top here like we do for blocks and coins. Now we need to go down here, go ahead, change this to enemies, push an M and an M. So, looks like everything's in order. And now we've got an enemy down there. So what our enemy is going to do at first is just lower your health when you're making contact with him. So what we actually want to do is take this check obj method from function from the block, put it in the enemy, only we don't need place, and we really don't need much of this code anyway. We'll just take the name, and we're gonna say, let's actually change this to a player. And we'll say if obj.x, if math.abs obj.x minus x is less than obj.width divided by 2 plus width divided by 2, and math.abs obj.y minus y is less than oj.height divided by 2 plus height divided by 2. Then obj.health minus equals 2, let's say. And now we'll go into our player, give it a health variable, make it an int, equals 100. Now the next thing we want to do is make a health bar. So make another class, health bar, base class movie clip. So as you can see, we have a lot of classes that we're going to be having throughout this whole thing. There's going to be a lot. This time, take the drawing from block. Oh. Health bar. Change the color to, say, green. And then this time, we actually want to center the Y and keep the X at the far left. So get rid of the minus 25 on here and keep it on, let's change it to 13 on the Y, and then we'll make it 100 by 25. Let's go back into our main, put the variable up here, private var HP health bar equals new health bar, and then in here say hp.x equals let's say 150, hp.y equals 23. Add child HP, and then down here in our check stuff say hp.scale x equals player, or no, char.health out of 100. Now if all of this worked correctly, oh, that's blue, but anyway, we go down here, that's not actually affecting our player's health. So one thing I'm going to do right now is take the add child cam and actually put that first. And what that's going to do is that's going to take everything that we add after and it's going to put it on top of the camera. So now we go down here and it's on top of the camera. Alright, so next thing is, I think maybe I don't need this out of 100. No, that's not it. Oh no, I see what it is. We need to put in here a for loop. Change it to J. A for loop for all the enemies. And we'll say enemies J that check obj character. And we don't need an index. Oh, I forgot to add back in the add child cam. There we go. So now we go down here, and touching that enemy is really dangerous. It takes our health way down. So what we want to do at this point is add some attacks so that we can actually fight this enemy. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to add a shooting mechanic. And I'm going to get into that in the next tutorial because that's going to take a nice amount of time and I don't want to break that up. So I know this one's a bit shorter than the other ones, but I will see you guys next time.